No.
Hello, everyone. This is Talk for Glory, episode 9. And before we get into this top 10s list, we have a quick announcement.
Yeah, guys. Sorry for the lack of uploads for the past week and a half. My computer shut down recently. I don't know why, but I finally resolved it, and here we go with the top 10 feuds in our opinions from WWE, ROH, and New Japan Pro Wrestling. So yeah, thanks for watching, and we are back.
I'm an interviewer.
I'm Young Smooth, and this is our top 10 WWE, ROH, and New Japan Pro Wrestling feuds.
Number 10 on this list, a feud that's transcended through time. A feud that's been going on since, I'd say, the beginning of 2010 onward.
Yeah, this feud has been going on since their ROH days.
Since their PWG days.
Exactly. So you wanna say it?
All right. This feud, Kevin Steen slash Kevin Owens versus Sami Zayn slash El Generico.
Yeah. So Enigma, take us back to why we chose this feud.
We chose this feud because this one again transcends through time. This isn't like a feud that just happened 2 years ago, 3 years ago. This feud has been going on since
For almost 9 to 10 years now.
almost 9 to 10 years, and it doesn't go just from ROH, PWG. It just goes into NXT, into WWE.
Hmm.
This feud just never ending.
And in real life, these two guys are actually best friends, so that makes it even better.
Best friends make the feud.
Exactly, it makes the best feuds, and they got chemistry in the ring together and all that. So to us, this is gonna be on our list because of that reason, because of the history behind it, the years behind it. However you want to say it, there's got a lot of history behind it as well. Like starting like Don Enigma just said, like NXT, RH, PWG, on and on. So yeah, Enigma. So what do you think started this feud off from back in the days?
Well, what I could say is what how this feud probably started. For just for the record, people, I don't know much about Steen and El Generico aside for their like amazing matches of like ladder wars, few matches. I don't know how this feud started,
Yeah,
but I'd say it just started off like every best friend feud, jealousy, anger. We've seen it with teams such as DX, Beer Money.
exactly. Being money, like so and so. We just more teams we're not naming right now, but a lot of teams out of jealousy over like world championships and like opportunities. You heard Enigma?
Yeah, just all about opportunity. And throughout history, Kevin Steen has definitely gotten way more opportunities than Sammy.
Exactly, and I feel like Sammy's always been like overshadowed by Kevin Owens or Kevin Steen, as you would say. So like this is why it was on my list because of the like history and the rivalry between these two has been amazing in my opinion. And I love the chemistry these two have in the ring. I
Oh
would
yeah,
love for someday to see these guys compete again.
yeah, they'll be returning soon, so
So yeah,
can't wait to
what
see.
are you most on my for? Say it again.
They'll be returning soon, so I can't wait for them to get back in the ring.
Yeah, whether it's by a tag team, as a tag team, I mean, or like singles competitors, can't wait and wish them healthy recoveries. So yeah, what is your most memorable moments of this feud? Like memorable matches and
I'd have to say Payback. It was either Payback or Battleground. Someone quote me on. I mean, someone
yeah,
don't quote
it
me.
was battleground.
Yeah, Battleground, where Sammy hits one haluva kick, catches Owens, looks him in the eye, and sets him back up, and then just the second haluva kick looked like it was worse than the first one. And
Hmm.
one, two, three, I thought it would be over, but seeing how it's 2019 and they're still going on, I
Yeah.
don't think it's ending anytime soon.
For me, I liked the build behind that feud of WWE style. Like when in NXT they were both baby faces, and Sami Zayn had just beat Adrian Neville for
Damn.
the NXT for the NXT championship, and I just loved how Kevin Owens came out. He was very emotional with Sami Zayn, and just it was to me like one of the best heel turns I've ever seen in NXT history. The way he just attacked him and then powerbombed him on the apron. Wait, was it an apron? Oh, the ramp. It was the ramp,
No,
right?
apron. It was the apron.
It was the apron. Yeah, it was the
Yeah,
apron.
Owens is definitely most known for powerbomb on the apron.
it put Sammy on the shelf, so Sammy had to give away the belt, right?
Yeah, and then that just like transcended Owens' career, one of the greatest
Yep,
champions.
exactly. But after that, he won the NXT Championship. So it was kind of like a jealousy moment from Kevin Owens' part. He was
Yeah.
like, wait a minute, how come he's getting this? So I feel like he just attacked him like, I deserve this more than he does. He felt like he's a bigger man, a bigger name. So Kevin Owens attacked him, put him out of action. And then fast forwarding to 2016 Royal Rumble, it was Kevin Owens that was in the ring, and Sami Zayn came out of nowhere. And everybody was shocked. It was actually a surprising entrance. You remember anyway? You remember that entrance?
Yeah, just Kevin Owens just had a shocked face, and the only time I saw him have that exact shocked face ever again was
Mm.
greatest Royal Rumble when Chris Jericho returned.
Yeah. And that's why I was like kind of happy because I was like, whoa. And then you just see them going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, hitting each other over and over again. And eventually Sami Zayn eliminates him from the Royal Rumble. And the feud continues on to WrestleMania, where they were both in the how many man was it? 6?
Yeah, I think it was a 6-man.
A 6-man ladder match. Sorry guys if we're not correct on that, but a ladder match. And just like the chemistry they had in the ladder match let us know, like, all right, this feud is gonna continue and grow by itself instead of being in like this kind of match. And they had one of the best spots, you know.
Oh yeah, definitely. And Samuel was definitely doing some moves that he did like during Ladder War.
That's what I'm saying. So I was just like happy and hype. I was like, whoa, let's see where this goes. Next thing you know, they're just hitting each other over and over. Wait, didn't Steen like fall off the ladder because of Zayn?
Yeah. Yeah, he did, and it was thanks to Sammy.
Yeah, thanks to Sammy. He was inches away of winning the Intercontinental Champion, and Sami Zayn ruined it for him. And just, I was like, wow, I could tell it was going to continue because of the tension they had in that match. I was like, yeah, this has to go on and continue. What are your thoughts?
I agree with what you said, but as of like today, like lately, 2018, 2019, the duo of Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, I can see them maybe winning tag champs and
Hopefully
Kevin
one
Owens
day,
playing.
because to be honest, I don't want Kevin Owens to be a Grand Slam winner so quickly.
Yeah, we already done a Grand Slam video. Got deleted, guys, but we'll be re-uploading that someday.
Yeah. So for me, I'll just be like, put them in tag team matches, but don't put the tag team championships on them. But yeah, as I was saying, it was at WrestleMania where the feud was highly, how you say it, was heated. And then it went on to, was Battleground the only matchup?
There was a fatal 4-way at Extreme Rules where it was Cesaro, The Miz, Sammy, and actually, wait. Speaking of that fatal 4-way, the beginning of that match. Remember 2009 Survivor Series where it was
Yeah.
John Cena, Shawn Michaels, and Triple H, and like the first 3 seconds of the match, and Shawn already switched to music Hunter.
Yeah.
All right, so basically in that fatal 4-way, the bell rung, and you just see Sammy run full speed ahead and Haluva kicks Owens immediately.
Yeah, that was actually one of my favorite spots in that match in the Fatal 4-Way at Extreme Rules.
That was a great way to open up.
And it kind of reminded me of what he was just talking about, like Shawn Michaels switching music, Triple H right away in the middle of the triple threat match between John Cena and himself and Triple H.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck? I was just like, okay. And I liked it. I was like, wow.
Yeah, but when Sammy did, I was like, whoa, didn't see that coming.
Yeah. I actually didn't see that coming. It took me by surprise. I was like, what the fuck? But then again, they've been feuding, kind of feuding for the last few months. So I was like, all right. So as the months go on, they finally get that one-on-one matchup at Battleground 2016. And my God, today we can honestly say that was probably their best one-on-one matchups together.
Oh yeah, definitely. Just like out of all of them, that was definitely one of the best.
Yeah, and it's like stole the show of 2016's Battleground. I was anxious just at what happened during the match. Do you got any memorable moments during that match? Like, that you liked? Or you really can't remember it? Do you remember any like moments in that match that you liked, or you can't remember it?
Oh no, that match. I remember it. the tornado DDT between the ring post in where Sammy normally runs through and no problem, and Kevin Owens super kicks him. That was a good spot.
Yeah, I kind of forgot what happened during that match. Like, but I'm talking about like spot by spot.
Yeah.
But in terms of the match itself, I remember like it was a great match. I just remember them going back and forth. The crowd was on their feet, chanting, "This is awesome!" Like for real, with passion. Not just saying it because they want to.
Yeah. But my favorite spot was definitely the double haluva kick.
Yeah, and then ultimately Sami Zayn beat him, right?
Yeah, we thought it would elevate his career, get the IC title picture, but so does Owen, and then I guess the feud just doesn't end there.
Yeah, it actually elevated Kevin Owens' career because at the time he was already an Intercontinental Champion holder. He was an NXT holder. I mean NXT Championship holder. Even though WWE doesn't like mention NXT on the main roster, but I do.
Yeah.
And then the future was bright for him. He went on to win the Fatal 4-Way match on Monday Night Raw, which to me was still one of the best moments in Monday Night Raw history. And you had Kevin Owens win the Universal Championship. And then you had Kevin Owens win the United States Championship multiple times. So yeah, and Kevin Owens is still he's one championship away from being a Grand Slam winner.
Yeah, definitely. It's just that one title away.
So yeah, in terms of that feud, it was one of my favorites. I absolutely loved it. And they had many more matches, but I don't consider it like doing the feud like as a feud in WWE. Yeah. So yeah, that's just my personal opinion. That's the top 10, one of our favorites. All right,
but yeah. Is that everything for number 10? Mind you guys, it was just number 10. We still got a lot to go.
Yeah, I mean, for me, yeah, I'm done with it. Do you got anything you want to say about like ROH or PWG?
No, except that if we ever get this back, I pray to God we one day get at least like a El Generico cameo.
I hope so too. You know, Sami Zayn needs something new in his career, especially with that heel turn.
Yeah, it wasn't the best.
To me, it doesn't feel like a natural heel. It's like let's just throw him in and turn him heel.
Yeah, let's see how that works.
And it honestly reminds me of him as a face. It doesn't. I can't really realize a difference.
He is the happiest heel I've ever seen.
That's what I'm saying. Like, especially if you turn him heel, you're gonna keep it with that theme song. Like, nah, chill. It doesn't fit.
I mean, I really wish I had Jim Johnson for it, but that's a theme songs is a whole different topic.
Wait, Jim Johnson already had left during that time? Yeah, that was just recently.
I believe so.
Oh, okay. All right, so that's it?
Yeah, that's it.
All right, guys, I want to thank... No, it's not. I'm just kidding, guys.
We're just too good.
All right, so now our next feud on the list will be number 9. The Miz versus Dolph Ziggler. Before we start off this feud, they have a history of just going back and forth with each other and fighting each other all the time before the recent rivalry, and that's what I want to get into.
Yeah, I mind you, this was for the Intercontinental title, and I really felt like the IC title was very, very prestigious during this feud specifically.
Hell yeah, just the way these two, oh my god, it was unbelievable. And just like every time they fought each other before this, like one feud that just recently happened, like they always had a good match. It was always like a match worthy, like, you know, a match that people wanted to see. And I honestly wanted to see it too. I was like, whoa. And then when they actually got in a feud where like months long, I was even more happy. I was like, I used to tell myself, I wonder what these two could do as a feud one day. An actual feud, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and Dolph is really, really good. And everyone sleeps on him, but everyone forgets that he's a former world champion.
Exactly. These two have a resume, like, we can't even talk about it.
Again, Dolph's, well, technically, yeah. Dolph's been a one-time world heavyweight champion back in 2012/2013.
Oh, but he won. No, he's won it like 2 times, right? 2 times?
No, it was 1.
No, because didn't Edge like beat him on SmackDown for it?
Yeah, I don't count that crowning moment. Otherwise, and that means what, 15 minutes long?
Yeah, and that's why WWE JBL used to say, "Oh, he's a 2-time world champion."
Okay, but he never won it. He just like got crowned it.
I know, that's the crazy part. Vicky Guerrero gave him the title belt and he lost the same night.
Yeah, so I don't know whether we should count that or not. But anyways, yeah. So despite that segment into a match, Dolph was last World Heavyweight Champion 2012 or 2013.
Yeah.
It's been a good what 5 6 years.
Miz has been like a good 7 years since he's been WWE champion.
Yeah. Again with the
No,
Miz,
actually
like
eight
we said in our
years.
last video, where it's like these guys were fighting tooth and nail for the Intercontinental title, one of the most prestigious titles in the company. Mind you, these
Exactly.
guys
Like,
haven't been a world champion in years.
and to me
Almost
at that time, that title felt like it was the WWE championship. Just the promos, the segments, it was just amazing, bro. I was just like in shock. And then the matchups they had at like, what did that rivalry start again? The match?
I can't give you an exact date of when that started, but I think it started off with like just a regular 1v1, and then Maurice distracting the Miz. They just like did like countless. Okay, Maurice is banned from ringside. Okay, you can't get yourself counted out. You can't get yourself DQ. Yada yada.
And it was just great, man. These two have, to me, it's still one of my favorite feuds in the last, how you say it, probably the last 10 years, honestly. These two guys made the Intercontinental Championship feud very prestigious. And I just like the whole idea of, remember when Dolph's career was on the line?
Oh yeah, I think that was like a real serious turning point, especially because there was a lot of rumor speculation that it's like, yeah, Dolph wants to go to New Japan,
Mm-hmm.
and for the record, anyone anyone that thinks Dolph would do good in New Japan, you're slightly correct, and it'll be a freaking selling contest between Naito and Dolph. Like Smooth, I know you've seen how Dolph takes monkey flips, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so all right, so Dolph Dolph takes monkey flips as if he's gonna give himself a concussion.
Yeah.
Naito takes the Rainmaker, but does 3 flips before hitting the ground.
Mm-hmm.
So
See, I
imagine
think
Dolph.
I think they actually would have been like a good matchup for each other.
Oh yeah, Naito versus Dolph. I think that'd be an amazing match.
That could have very much like steal the show, in my opinion. But yeah,
Um,
going back to the Miz.
yeah, maybe one day we'll have a good feud of Naito and Dolph. But yeah, you're right. Back to Naito and the Miz. I mean,
I mean,
freaking the
Dolph
Miz
Ziggler
and
and
Dolph.
the Miz.
Yeah, god damn it.
Yeah, so they went on to have great matches, one-on-one matches as well.
Back to Spirit Squad.
Exactly. That's why I like this, bro. I'm at the Spirit Squad, like, because in case any of you don't know by now, you should know. Dolph Ziggler was actually in the Spirit Squad. So like Miz brought back Kenny Dykstra and
Nikki.
Nikki, I think. Wait, Nikki, there you go, Nikki.
No,
He brought.
Dolph, Nikki.
Wait, Dolph did it?
Yeah, Dolph was Nikki.
Oh yeah, so it was Mickey. So I was right.
Oh, Mickey. I heard Nikki.
Yeah, Mickey. So he brought back Kenny Dykstra and Mickey. I forgot his name. It was just Mickey, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
And it just reminded me of like it just showed us like the whole history between all of these guys, between both of these guys, and they had like previous matches on SmackDown too, right?
Yeah, like they've had previous matches, but none of them were like good. None of them were built.
Yeah.
But yeah. So most of their matches were like good
Yeah.
1v.
You heard Enigma?
Huh?
That title was actually the main event of No Mercy 2016. Actually, it was 19 minutes, I honestly agree that it should have been main event. That match was outstanding.
And honestly, there should have been that match specifically should have been an Iron Man match.
Yeah, that's what I wanted it, but they went along with the whole title versus career thingy.
Yeah, but like again, that should be an Iron Man match. You can go title versus career Iron Man style.
Yeah, true. But yeah. So as far as that went on, and then it went on a few much more, and it actually like stood out to me as Dolph as champion. And then eventually they went on for like at least a month without feuding, right?
Yeah.
And then they came back in TLC and they had a TLC match. Ultimately, the Miz regained the Intercontinental Championship, huh?
Wait, wasn't it a ladder?
Yeah, it was a ladder match. I said it wrong, ladder match. And then the Miz took back the title, and
I think
that was the end of the feud.
Yeah, like it closed in December.
Yeah, it went on from like August. Mind you guys, they only had like basically 2 pay-per-view matches because the rest of them was on SmackDown, and they stole a lot of SmackDown shows.
Oh yeah, rightfully so, man.
Yeah, I loved it honestly. The way the Miz would retain his Intercontinental Championship and the way Dolph won the title in the career versus title match, and then it
Oh,
concluded in the TLC match with the Miz winning, ending the
it's a
feud.
good way of closing the chapter.
So for me, it would be one of the best feuds because of those reasons. And from here on out, every time Dolph Ziggler and Miz fight, I'm always excited to see them. Except for Crown Jewel. Except for Crown Jewel where Dolph Ziggler beat the Miz. I mean, the Miz beat Dolph again. So yeah, that's
Yeah,
what you gotta say for that feud.
yeah, that's all I got.
Would you be like interested in like another Dolph and Miz feud in the future, or you had enough?
I'd love to see one for a WWE title this time.
Yeah, because rightfully so, these guys do deserve a WWE title push. And hopefully, if Dolph stays, or he goes to AEW, or he goes to New Japan. If not, then I would like to see one more feud between these two for the WWE Championship. But yeah, next on the list.
Next on the list is a short feud, but very, very amazing build, and that is the Switchblade Jay White versus the Rainmaker Okada.
And mind you, a lot of people say Okada is probably the best wrestler of New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Some people say New Japan, some people say the world.
The world, exactly. Yeah, exactly. And in
2
my opinion,
years, I
he's number 3.
heavyweight
Huh?
hmm?
In my opinion,
2
he's number
years,
3 on the list.
oh, number 3, like when it comes to best in the world.
Yeah. Because for me, I got
Wow,
Kenny Omega, AJ Styles, and then I have him.
yeah. But as for this feud, okay, so this feud stems back actually. For anyone that is thinking right now that this match stems from Okada's loss in the G1, you are sadly mistaken. This feud stems way back when Okada was recruiting members for Chaos, where he just recruited Will Ospreay, which is an amazing option.
Yeah.
One of the greatest juniors in New Japan, current never openweight champion. But
Mm-hmm.
he was recruiting people, and Jay White notified him. This I do not call this a heel turn, honestly. If someone notifies you, this ain't a heel turn. But Jay White notifies Okada, I'm not going to be like the rest of Chaos and be your sidekick. I will come for you one day, whether you're champion or
He
not.
just like let him know, basically, right?
He let him know.
Yeah.
So,
Which is actually kind of ballsy. Ballsy.
oh,
To
really?
me, that's like I like the way he did that. Honestly, that's actually a good thing he did.
Especially because this isn't just Okada
You said what, bro?
champion at the moment. Okada was champion at the time.
Where he was actually on his historic New Japan World Title run, right?
Yes, it was really historic. And this wasn't the joke Okada, the Okada that comes out to a remix of the Rainmaker theme song, the Okada with red hair. This was blonde hair, money raining, tights wearing, robe wearing Okada.
Bro, his title run to me is one of the best.
Oh yeah, definitely. I personally believe Okada's run was better than Punk's.
Yeah, it was for a lot of reasons, but we'll get into that another day.
Yeah, but anyways, this was a great feud because Jay beats Okada in the G1.
Yeah.
Say what you will to me. Okay, Jay White won because he threw a chair at Okada when the ref wasn't looking. When he low blowed him because the ref wasn't looking.
It doesn't matter. He still won. Where?
A W is a
And
W.
who was the heel here? Jay White, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the day, the heel is gonna play the heel. It's gonna do what a heel does. Whether it's winning clean, dirty, they're gonna find a way to win.
Exactly. And what a win for now, continue on this feud. Now we continue on having more points in the G1. And then we go to the growing feud of Jay White and Okada after Gato had turned on Okada's manager for a very long time, and he joins Bullet Club.
That was actually shocking to a lot of people. You heard?
Oh man, yeah, man, it was really shocking
I was actually shocked.
because a lot of people were thinking, "Oh no, Jay's not joining Bullet Club. He's just gonna overthrow Okada and run chaos."
Yeah.
But Jay White, the Switchblade in Bullet Club, great idea. And what even made this even
Awesome idea.
better? What
What?
even made it better? Week after week after week after week after week, leading up into Wrestle Kingdom, all we had was Okada. We had the Dream Team, the Dream of Tanahashi and Okada, basically Shawn Michaels and John Cena.
Yeah. For
We
those of you
had
who don't know, like when they teamed up and won the tag team champions together.
Yeah, like it was that Dream Team. There were even 8-man tag matches where it would be the Dream Team of Okada and Tanahashi, Rocky Romero, and I'm trying to remember the last person that was in. Kushida.
Big names right there too, by the way.
Exactly, the ace of the universe, the
Yeah.
Rainmaker. I forgot what they call Rocky Romero, but the ace of the junior division, Kushida, also former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Champion. Versus.
So it's not like he was just on random teams. He was on teams with heavy hitters.
This was a dream team. This was a bomb.
Yeah. And that's why a lot of people was calling it that, the dream team at the time.
Of course it is. Imagine like John and Sean as a permanent team, or John and Rock, like currently like the company's top guy and the company's fourth top guy as a team.
Yeah, that would actually be outstanding.
But the thing about this is, in this feud, it's supposed to be the Dream Team's unstoppable. The Rainmaker, 2 years IWGP champion. Tanahashi, 6-time IWGP heavyweight champion at the time. Not right now. Now it's 7.
Yeah.
They're supposed to be this unbeatable force leading up into a Wrestle Kingdom. But, Lord and behold, the Switchblade beats them. Not once.
So you think about it, that adds on to what he did to Okada at the G1, beating him.
Adds
on. So the Switchblade actually got even more momentum after that.
Dude, you know how many times they beat him? 3, 4, 5, 6 to 7 times, man.
Damn.
Imagine 6 or 7 times beating the Bomb Squad team. And then
shit, I'll be happy too.
Finally, when you're at Wrestle Kingdom, New Japan's Mania,
and everybody thought Okada was gonna win. Everybody, because they were just like, oh, he won too much. He won way too much. You know, he's not gonna do it again. And then he goes on to prove people wrong and does it again.
Exactly. And a lot of people, when they hear Okada's theme song, the moment you hear that coin drop, it's very iconic. It really is. It's very.
He didn't just beat any Okada. He beat the Rainmaker.
He beat the Rainmaker.
The Rainmaker came back.
The Rainmaker. I don't know who that guy was.
Yeah.
But he beat the Rainmaker. The guy even brung back the tights. You know it's here.
Tights, everything. Exactly. Tights. And he still beat him.
And like we did in our predictions video, after that feud, New Year's Dash, and Jay White beat the Dream Team again. 7, 8 times.
So he's basically letting him know, like, basically, I'm not saying he does, guys. Don't catch it to the attack. He's basically saying he owns him.
Exactly. He owns him.
It's kind of like Batista and Edge. Edge always had the number on Batista, or like John and Punk. Yeah?
Yeah, exactly like that. Exactly like that.
Yeah, every top guy has that one guy who got their number all the time, and Jay White was that for Okada. Exactly, yeah.
You guys are talking about how it was back and forth between Tanahashi and Okada and Kenny, Okada and Okada and Naito. You said it was back and forth. Now here comes Jay White beating the Rainmaker 6 times, 8 times. I gotta go back and look at how many times.
Exactly. So that adds on to like.
What were you saying?
I'm actually happy.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, it just goes back to like you're beating the top guy over and over and over and over again. Jay White deserves to be world champion.
By the way, sorry for cutting you off, Enigma. We just got a new subscriber. So if you guys are new, drop a like, turn on the notifications for more content pretty soon. And yeah. Yeah, nigga, continue.
But I honestly believe he deserves a shot.
At
Like
the
this feud,
world champion?
yeah, this feud alone elevated Jay White to world title status. I know people were thinking maybe let him be IC champion. He was already the
No,
US
because
champion.
he's constantly beating Okada and then he beats the Dream Team. Why not give him the world title? Oh, a world
Because
title shot.
he beat Tanahashi in G1. He beat Okada in G1. He beat Tanahashi and Okada together.
Hmm.
The man deserves a shot.
Yep. And I agree. Jay White, now that I'm not saying he deserves it because of these people leaving. Now that a lot of people are leaving the company.
No.
I mean, a
No.
lot of top guys. Let me say it right.
This isn't a hey, you need to fill in. This is a you've climbed the ranks and earned this spot.
Oh, he is. On February 11th, a new beginning.
Oh
Jay
yeah,
White.
yeah. I forgot to tell you that. Yeah, Jay White's actually getting a shot at Tanahashi.
All right, so it makes sense. And I gave Jet a mod. If you look next to his name, he's a moderator on the channel, which
Nice.
means he could like block everybody who like hates on us during the broadcast or something.
Wait, he's
Whenever he's watching, huh?
wait, he's watching.
Yeah. So yeah, continue.
But anyway, what other thing? Wait, I forgot. Oh yeah, but like yeah, this feud elevated Okada that he's got to step up his game before he gets left in the dust.
And now at new
So
beginning, now people are not gonna sleep on Jay White because they're like, wait a minute, he beat Okada, he's been beating the Dream Team. So now it makes it an interesting matchup between him and Tanahashi.
yeah, so I think this feud really elevated Jay White, and it really gave warning for Okada.
Yeah, I feel like this feud put Jay. Let us. I think New Japan wanted to put Jay White on the map with this feud, and then they did. So this is why people are gonna say, "Oh, but it's a new feud, and they barely had matches." But this is why to me it should be on this list because of those reasons.
It's only so high on the list because it was mostly in tag match.
Yeah, tag team matches, and that's what I'm saying. There's multiple matches, so that's why you can actually put this feud on that list because of that reason.
But I think that's everything for the Okada Jay White feud.
Yeah, which I'm excited, and I honestly wouldn't be mad if Jay White wins the world championship at the beginning.
Hopefully he does, man. Hopefully he does. Now at now number 7, a TNA feud. Very old.
Between two greats, two TNA Hall of Famers, as a matter of fact.
Two WWE Hall of Famers.
Two WWE Hall of Famers, exactly. We have Kurt Angle versus the Limit Gold medalist versus the Icon Steen. And
This was just an amazing feud, man.
To me, it's actually probably top 5 best TNA feuds of all time.
Yeah, definitely top 5, one of their best.
Why to you makes it like that? Like, what in the rivalry? Like, explain the rivalry to the fans, to the viewers.
Okay, so basically, in this feud, this feud alone was about main event mafia supremacy. For those of you guys that don't know who or what the main event mafia is or was, it was basically a whole bunch of WWE guys coming to take over TNA. And the team involved Scott Steiner, Booker T, Kevin Nash. Don't worry, guys, he didn't tear his quad this time. And Sting.
Sting. Wait, didn't Booker T join them too?
Yeah, I said Booker. Did I say Booker?
Oh, my fault. Wait, I don't think he did. No.
I don't know. All right, so Booker T, Scott Steiner, Kevin Nash, Kurt Angle, Sting. Yeah, 5 people. And the main event mafia was on fire. I'd say 2008 or 2009 Victory Road, where Kevin Nash won the Legends title. Booker T, he won the Legends titles from AJ Styles. Booker T and Scott Steiner won the tag titles from Beer Money. Joe was facing Sting, and just Kurt was going after the world title. I forgot who was world.
Wait, wasn't at that time Kurt was winning like all the gold?
No, it wasn't around that time.
It wasn't?
No, not around that time. Not for another.
Oh no, because you're right. Because he wouldn't have been able to do that if all the members was winning championships.
Yeah, but so Basically, this feud was all about main event mafia supremacy.
Bobby?
This feud alone was about main event mafia supremacy.
Yeah, and I actually like the main event mafia. To me, it's still
It
one of the best stables. The first
great.
time though, not the second time. The first main event mafia was actually one of the best main event. I mean, stables in TNA to me.
Yeah, and
So, what about the feud that like to you is one of, like made it your favorite?
wait, what happened?
What about the feud to you made it your favorite? Like one of your favorite feuds of TNA?
What made it one of my favorite feuds was that you can tell in the main event mafia, Kurt felt like he had some form of leadership, some role of power
Yeah,
whenever Sting wasn't around.
yeah,
So whenever like you'd have Kurt Angle and Sting in the same ring, you'd have this weird, odd feeling of who's leader, like in New Japan of Chaos, or who was leader between Nakamura and Okada.
yeah. And like Evolution, like
Evolution.
who's the best? Triple H or Dave?
Yeah, exactly like that. Every faction had that.
Yeah,
So this is what really got me when Samoa Joe was introduced into the main event mafia and Sting was allegedly kicked out of the main event mafia.
uh huh,
So what really elevated this feud was okay, so Kurt was busy being world champion and Sting had to overcome this wall of Joe. And then right after that, he just goes straight after Kurt. He takes out the main event mafia one by one. And then there's this giant ultimatum between who is the true leader. Sting and Kurt leave it to the mafia. Booker
yeah,
T, Kurt, Nash, Kurt, and then they surprise everyone with the new guy in TNA, Matt Morgan, basically the bouncer or the new kid trying to be on the team.
yeah.
So for Kurt, it was about being on top, and for Sting, it was about just knocking him down. But when they
And
had this,
also winning world champion, the world
also
championship.
about being world champion, I don't think Sting was all about that, like at that point.
Yeah.
But what really like got me was their match at Bound for Glory, and
Mm.
the funny thing about this, I know this isn't like main event mafia time, but
What?
2013, I believe, 2013 or 2012,
Uh huh.
they had a match at I believe No Surrender.
Yeah.
In the package video for the promo, Kurt says,
Actually,
"I've never."
that was an outstanding promo, by the way. I remember what you're talking about.
Oh yeah, it was really great. But I like one thing Kurt said about it. They were both faces at the time. Kurt didn't turn heel yet, and Kurt flat out says, "Yeah, I've never beaten Sting clean."
And it's true.
So
Has he? No.
no, no, he hasn't. So what I liked about that feud and any feud that those two had involving together was that it was always still the rivalry going on of the one-upmanship.
Yeah. And it's just between them, they have a lot of history. They have a lot of years of wrestling, a lot of world championships combined. So for me, it was just like the perfect feud because of that reasoning, and they actually lived up to the expectations between the two, and put out one of the greatest feuds of all time. Actually,
Yeah, one of TNA's greats.
definitely, if not probably the greatest. Well, wait, is it? What do you think? What do you think this feud ranks in terms of TNA feuds?
Top 5. I'd
And
say
their
number.
matchup, like at Hard Justice 2, was good. Bound for Glory
Yeah,
was
Buffalo was
good.
their best. Their Wait, did they have an empty arenas match?
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I
Hmm.
like that one.
That was actually good. And like I said, they're freaking how you say it? What I just said again? Hard Justice match was good.
Yeah.
And just every time these two got in the ring together, they always put on a good match. Especially, I don't know why I like this match for some reason. The empty arena match, like you said, that's actually one of my favorite ones.
Yeah, it really was, and you don't get to see how athletic Kurt is unless he's put in like dire situations.
Yeah. And I feel like
And
Sting always brought out the best from Kurt.
same vice versa.
Kurt, yeah, exactly. So yeah, to me, that feud will always be one of the best feuds in TNA, if not the best, when it comes to singles competitors. Because of that reasoning, I like the whole like storyline about behind the main event mafia. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
Hello?
like the main
Yeah.
event match really played a role in that.
Well, the only thing I didn't like about this is like when they kind of reformed it,
Yeah.
the whole face mafia shit. I didn't like all that. And they added Rampage and stuff. Like I didn't like all that stuff.
Yeah, I don't think they needed to do a redo of main event.
It did add a Rampage because of obviously this guy Tito Ortiz, which made no sense of having him in TNA. Remember that August something where it was a surprise person, and for weeks they were building that shit up. And it was Tito Ortiz. Like we could give less of a fuck about that. But is that all you gotta say for that one?
Yeah.
Yep, same for me. All right, so number 6 on the list. You're getting down to the top 5 pretty soon.
Yeah, number 6, another TNA TNA rivalry. Give me a sec.
All right, give a nigga a second, and while he's doing whatever he's doing, guys, please drop a like, drop a sub, turn on notifications. We really appreciate it. We're 2 subscribers away from 70, and at 100, we will. Oh, I'm not even gonna blow it up. We just see.
All right, I'm back.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
What we say? Wait, did we unveil number 6?
No, number 6 is Christopher Daniels versus the phenomenal AJ Styles. And for those of you who don't know, these two are actually one of the few guys who started with the company, who built the TNA.
Originals.
The X division, basically, as well. These two men have always been in good matches together. For an example, since we're talking about early matches in their career, they had an outstanding, to me, the greatest TNA match, in my opinion, I've ever seen. A triple threat match between Samoa Joe, AJ Styles, and Christopher Daniels for the X Division Championship. What do you guys say about that, man?
I don't know which one I like. Because so I don't know which one I like more between the AJ Styles versus CD match at 2006, or I don't know whether I like the one at Final Resolution 2010. Because those two were both really good matches. One was for the world, one was for the X Division.
I would have to say Final Resolution 2010 was my favorite one.
Yeah.
And these two guys have a history with each other. Like I said, from the beginning. And then for them to continue their feud on and then on and on. Whenever we saw AJ Styles and Chris Daniels in the ring together, we always knew that it was going to be an outstanding match. And like we said, they actually are best friends in real life.
One great thing about Christopher Daniels and AJ Styles is that when it comes to their feud, it just looks like Christopher Daniels has to be the heel. And he plays one hell of a heel.
Exactly. Even in tag teams, he always has played a good heel. Like I can't see Styles playing the heel in terms of like when he was going against Daniels. Remember that?
Yeah.
For me, it just didn't make sense because of that reasoning. Like, Christopher Daniels played the heel way better than he did.
Oh, remember when well, I forgot what score it was, but I'm pretty sure like AJ beat Daniels twice, and then Daniels kept asking for a rematch, and then he finally got it, and then he kept ducking AJ.
Yeah, I remember that one. By the way, we got another subscriber.
Thank you.
Notifications. Thank you guys. Really appreciate it. Go ahead and continue. What you were saying?
How many is that?
69. 1 away from 70. Come on, guys. If you guys are viewing in and just coming in, give us that one subscriber to hit 70, please.
All right.
What you were saying?
All right. So during that one, I liked it. I liked the brawl they had around the entire Impact Zone, and then it lasted so long. It went to commercial break, came back, and the fight was still going on. I loved it.
Yeah, hell yeah. I also like their tag team matchups. Wait, didn't like AJ like team up with like Angle against him and Kazarian?
Yeah, I was gonna get into that later.
Oh, what you were saying?
I liked how Kazarian played Peacemaker. He tried, and then Daniels low blowed him. He low blowed AJ. And then that just like continued on until they had an I Quit match at Bound for Glory.
Oh man, that was actually pretty good.
Oh yeah, freaking AJ pulls out a screwdriver, then then Daniels just yells, "I quit! I quit! I quit!"
I quit because he didn't want to get stabbed.
I mean, Tommy Dreamer did.
Thomas Dreamer, though, to be fair, though, was an ECW legend. He's extreme. He's hardcore. So of course Thomas Dreamer would. Like, of course he would.
But yeah, this feud just this feud just segued into a tag team after Kazarian had turned on AJ for
Yeah.
honestly one of the worst feuds in TNA, copying WWE. But the whole
What you
clear
mean? For those people who don't understand it. What you mean?
I
Copy
don't want
WWE.
I don't want to get into the whole clear lidge. AJ sleeping with the owner, with AJ Lee.
Yeah, I didn't like all that. That was the only thing I had to say in the rivalry. Because out of years of feuding with each other, that I didn't like.
I did like how at Slammiversary AJ and Kurt Angle won the tag titles.
Yeah,
And
I like
then
that too. Because it showed that AJ. Huh?
Wait, I'm trying to remember this. The following Thursday, Kazarian tricked everyone thinking he was going to turn on CD, and then they won the tag titles again.
Exactly. Kind of like what he did in ROH when I think he joined the Bullet Club, right? Something like that?
Yeah, he joined the Bullet Club.
But then actually helped out Daniels.
Yeah, becoming ROH champion.
Yeah. So what you were saying again?
So then, I liked how feud had gone. 1 minute for the world title, 1 minute for personal reason, 1 minute it's because AJ's like the top guy and Daniels doesn't like that.
Yeah. And for me, it was always like a personal feud between the two of them.
Yeah, and it always got personal. AJ always talked about how their wives would get along together, how they're named after one another.
Exactly with the kids, right? Remember the kids situation?
Yeah.
And then the Claire Lynn stuff, that was kind of personal too, because Daniels is like showing documented proof of AJ sleeping with another woman that one night he had. Remember that?
Yeah, I do, and I hated it.
But that's what I'm saying. In terms of personal, that goes to show you how personal the actual feud was between the two. And it led up to the I Quit match, right? At the time?
Yeah. No.
Right?
That didn't lead to the I Quit. Like, everyone was busy with the whole aces and eights thing.
Ah, man. Still one of the best, but today got mass.
Yeah. But, yeah, later on, it then led to, like, Bound for Glory. Later on, they had a final match at Final Resolution where it just broke AJ, and he leaves the company because not only is he frozen out of a world title shot all of 2012, he then loses to Christopher Daniels off of a Styles clash.
Exactly. And in 2012 was actually one of AJ's worst years in TNA. You heard?
Yeah.
It was actually a down year for AJ. And Daniels just winning that. Like, I was kind of happy because AJ had always got the upper hand between him and Daniels. And I feel like, you know what, it's time for like Daniel to get over. And he did it. And I was actually proud of that.
Yeah, it was really like one of those it's about time this happened moments.
Yeah, I'm sorry guys. I'm just sneezing up a storm right now. I'm kind of sick for those of you who don't hear my voice. So I'm doing this video literally through sickness because of the last week of lack of content. What you would say?
Just the fact that it ended with like AJ leaving, and
absolutely loved it.
Yeah, I loved it. I think it benefited his career because he comes back the next year, wins the Bound for Glory series.
Exactly. And to me, it would always be around one of the greatest TNA feuds of all time. You know, these two have great chemistry. They always put on phenomenal matchups. They are the people who started really put the X Division on the map.
Oh yeah, definitely. And we're talking about like matches between AJ and Daniels. You got mentioned Samoa Joe, one of TNA's only 5-star matches.
Exactly, the triple threat match, which was outstanding, and you know the chemistry they had in that match was even good. So I was like surprised, and I was actually happy when Daniels won. So yeah, for that feud, it's one of my favorites.
But
Aces and Ace storyline was the best storyline for TNA. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mo. I would have to respectfully disagree with you.
no. I personally would agree. I agree with him until the unmasking.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Until the unmasking came, that's when it like went down the drain for me. Know what I'm trying
Yeah,
to say, Mo? And
might be.
it's only because of that I can't say it was the best. Because like Mo said, if it wasn't for that, to me, it would have been the best storyline for TNA. But I don't see it like that because of that reasoning. And
Yeah,
once
like
they took out the mask and Devon came in, I knew it was obvious who was the leader.
the moment Devon came, I I didn't see unless Pope was leader, which I
Mm.
strongly doubted.
Yeah, I
It was
always knew it was gonna be Bubba. I mean, Bully. And
yeah.
I kind of knew, like, I didn't like the fact how they added the Briscoe, they added Mike Knox, they added D'Lo Brown and stuff. I didn't like that.
To me, once you unveiled who it was, all I kept thinking was, "You're showing me a bunch of guys that you have nothing to do with."
Yeah. And then the
Garrett,
whole wedding thing, like, ruined it as well. And Taz joining Aces and Ace.
nothing to do with Taz.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Nothing.
saying.
Oh, nothing to
That's
do with
what,
Garrett. Nothing to do with West. Nothing to do with all these people. The only people that were completely safe. Well, I say if the day after everyone got a mask, Aces and Eights fell, the only people that were safe, the only people that were well protected were Devon and Bully. Those
yeah,
were the
well,
protected.
you saw what Mo said? He said, yeah, I agree with y'all because it made people curious every week. After everybody got a mask, then it just died. Yep, I totally agree. See, that's why I can't say it was the best. I agree with that, Mo. By the way, Mo, if you new, drop a like and subscribe, man, for more content. We are back. Huh?
Now I'm saying thanks for tuning in.
Thanks for commenting and, giving your opinion. That's what we like here on the channel. We like people who give their opinions and as well and likes debating with us. Say what you were saying there, man?
Yeah, like I like that people talk about get their ideas as well as our own.
Yeah, I like talking, interacting with our fans.
But yeah, is that it? Is that everything for
Yeah, that's it for CD and AJ.
Yeah, because we kind of went like on mini aces and eights rant. Well, not rant, just speaking. But
All right,
number 5,
now number 5 to me, the top 2 names in WWE
I
in
say
the
the 2000
last.
era feud.
That's what I'm saying. The top 2 names in WWE of this generation, this era.
The
John Cena
fourth,
versus the youngest
right? The youngest.
world champion in history,
How
the
old? What?
Legend Killer, the
24?
Viper, Randy Orton. Yeah, 24.
24 years old, the youngest versus the franchise player.
The Doctor of Thugonomics.
The 16 times. Sorry, Rick. 16 times
16
world
times. Yeah,
champ
exactly. And
John
to
Cena.
me, this is one of the best feuds in WWE history. One of the
Also,
best. I'm not saying it is the best.
the best, one of the most personal.
Because think about it. Randy Orton and John Cena's feud started in 2007. This is what most people forget. In 2007, when John Cena was on that epic title run from the year before, when it was
Yeah.
John Cena and Edge and he won the title. John Cena and Edge. Yeah, what I was saying, he won the title, and then John Cena
Yeah.
was on that run where he was just beating top names like Bobby Lashley. He beat Mick
Maga,
Foley,
Great
Umaga, Great Khali. He had a good feud with Great Khali,
Triple H, Shawn
Triple
Michaels.
H, Shawn Michaels, and the list was going on and on. He just was beating everybody, and then Randy Orton came into the picture, and Randy Orton in John Cena's feud in 2007 started at SummerSlam. For those of you who don't remember that, SummerSlam 2007 started their feud, and they actually main evented, and everybody thought Randy Orton was gonna win because of, it's Randy Orton. He hasn't won a world title in a while, and
It
him and
wasn't.
John Cena, huh?
It wasn't even about that he hasn't won a world title in a while. It was just that like he was so amazing as a heel. You
Yeah,
didn't know if it was guaranteed
exactly.
Randy's
Uh
winning.
huh. He just had come out of Radio RKO. He just came out of feuding with Dusty, which was good. And like everybody was like, you know what? It's time for Randy to win, and he should be the one to break John Cena's title run. And they actually stole the show of SummerSlam 2007.
One of the most physical matches I think John's been in.
Exactly. And that's what, to me, this feud really started. Because after that, Randy Orton was beating the crap out of John Cena. And it led up to like where did Randy Orton like attack John Cena's father? He
Yep,
punted him,
punted,
right?
took him,
Exactly.
took him out of the crowd, full steam ahead. John Cena was handcuffed.
And he
Watch
had a
this,
what? Yeah.
and then it was John Cena Senior versus Randy Orton. Gets punted again in front of Cena.
Which was outstanding and unbelievable, which led to main event, Saturday night main event, where he RKO'd John Cena on the chairs, which is one of my best spots, my favorite spots of the feud.
Oh yeah, definitely. Randy is definitely one of those guys that are famous for the RKO's on the chair.
Exactly. And that was the time he didn't care. He was just going after anybody to get the WWE Championship. And then eventually they were going to have a match at Unforgiven or No Mercy. Was it one? Which one was it? But he beat Randy again at Unforgiven, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. They had another match at Unforgiven. John Cena retained the WWE Championship again. In my opinion, that's what I was gonna lead to, like No Mercy.
Yeah.
In my opinion, it didn't make sense for him to win that one because Randy had all the height, all the heat. He had just punted his father. It made sense, you know? And from there on, it led on to No Mercy, where Randy Orton RKO'd him on the table, and he was unable to compete because of injury, which let us know that night he became the WWE champion at No Mercy twice. 2 times in one night.
2 times, guys. 2 times.
He was handed the WWE championship, and then he beat Triple H in the last man standing match. And that's where the Age of Orton started, which was one of the best.
Oh man, freaking the Age of Orton. Before we get into the cutthroat era of Jay White, we got to remember the Age of Orton.
Orton, exactly. His WWE title run going into 2008 was outstanding. And hold on, man. Mo, we're not talking about matches. We're talking about feuds, bro. Like in terms of matches, yeah, the JBL and John Cena I Quit match was one of the most brutal I Quit matches I've ever seen between John Cena and JBL. But we're just talking about feuds. This is our favorite
the
feud,
build
bro.
of the matches.
Don't get me wrong. We're not saying that those matches are not good, like Brock Lesnar and Undertaker. We're talking about like the feuds that we like. So whatever you're saying is right. We're gonna make a video one day about it.
Yeah.
So what you were saying, anyway?
What was I saying? Oh yeah. So in
the Age of Orton.
The Age of Orton. Like, okay, after he beat Cena, crown new champion, Shawn Michaels came, beat him. Shawn Michaels,
Chris Jericho came back.
Came back. Save us. Why?
And still beat him.
Beat him.
And then he feuded with the up and coming Jeff Hardy.
And beat
him. And then guess who came back that night? John Cena, which was a surprise entrance in my opinion. Still one of the greatest. Cena comes out, wins the Royal Rumble. He doesn't want to make
exactly.
He doesn't want to wait till WrestleMania.
He wins via DQ. Cena wins the match, but guess who's still WWE champion by the end of the night?
Randy Orton. And then it eventually what happened?
And then Triple H wins the Elimination Chamber. Cena wants his rematch. Triple threat. Beat him.
Beats John Cena. He actually pins John Cena. That's the crazy part.
He beats John Cena and he beats Triple H at WrestleMania.
In the same night. Which solidified his title run.
This is 2008, guys. Like, if you're thinking, wow, what a run, this is early.
Exactly. This is 2008, where most of you guys probably are now like remembering the feud from here. So yeah, they stopped feuding for a while. For a very long time.
Yeah.
John does him.
Really long.
Randy does him. And then 2009 comes. And to say this is crazy. This became another great feud. I think when you heard it started at the build to SummerSlam 2009.
Yeah. Build 2009. And then it just leads all the way to Hell in a Cell. This is from the summer to October.
Yeah. October, Hell in a Cell, exactly. When Randy got his rematch from 2 years ago against John Cena. And Randy Orton this time is the one coming out on top. Mind you, Randy was winning multiple world championships at this time in 2009. So that happens. Randy retains against John Cena at SummerSlam 2009. And then, was it Breaking Point?
Yeah. Oh, God, that I Quit match.
And exactly, Mo. Look, Mo, the I Quit match between Randy Orton and John Cena was another good one.
Very brutal. Handcuffed him and then just started beating with a kendo stick left and right, left and
Mm.
right, left and right.
Honestly, yo, bro, he was really destroying John Cena in that match.
He was just wrecking him.
Honestly, thought he was gonna win.
Yeah, man. When you're getting handcuffed and beaten with a kendo stick, my God.
Which led on to a lot of good spots in that matchup between the two. Which the build was
That
amazing.
STF with Randy's own with his own shoulder.
Oof. And mind you, Randy had got injured a year before to Triple H on the same shoulder. So John Cena wasn't only hurting it, huh?
That actually concerned me like a lot.
That's what I'm saying.
I was like, wait, is he gonna pop his?
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, he got to tap out shit. He got to quit. What you saying, Nick?
That kind of concerned me. I'm thinking, oh crap, is he about to pop his collarbone out again?
Yeah, it got everybody's nervous. Everybody was just thinking like, oh shit, is he gonna get injured again? Hold on, I'm gonna continue. I gotta put my laptop on the charger.
All right, but yeah, so it was.
Don't get into my fault. Don't get into bragging rights. Just continue on.
Yeah. So it was a brutal I Quit match, and then it's just this vicious mauling of Orton, beating him down, throwing water on his face, making sure he's awake. You can't finish the match if you're unconscious. I can't hear I quit if you're sleeping, if you're unconscious, if you're unable to speak. So Randy was making sure that he beat John while he's conscious. The purpose of an I Quit match. You got to hear the guy say I quit. And just John's will to never give up pulls through. And I think that was like really making me wonder who could stop Cena when he's on this high of a drive. This will to win.
Hey, bro.
Huh?
Oh shit. Yo.
Yeah.
Oh snap! What? Hello.
All right. There we go.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Yeah, so what you were saying?
I was just talking about how in that I Quit match, John just like never gave up, and it really made me think who could beat John.
Exactly. And in that I Quit match, I honestly thought John was gonna lose because of the way he won the match.
Yeah, like getting handcuffed and you're
exactly
down.
Yeah, I was just surprised. You know, John Cena wind up winning the I Quit match, and then the feud expanded to Hell in a Cell 2009,
where Randy actually won.
Match. I wouldn't say it was one of their best matches, but it was pretty decent. The build behind it and everything was good. That's what I'm saying. It was good, and it led on to like a lot of things. And Randy Orton regained his WWE Championship. So now Randy Orton was up Cena 2-1, which led to
Scores 2-1. You're right.
2-1, which now leads us to the biggest match of the feud, the final match, so-called, of their feud. Yeah. After all the months of going through hell and back together, fighting, beating the crap out of each other, after all the years, actually, 2007, 2008, this was the most important match of the feud. I love the way they detailed the promo in this feud and everything. And if you guys got WWE Network, go back and watch it. Bragging rights, 2009, John Cena versus Randy Orton promo to bragging rights. It was just amazing. Everything about it was glorious. Like, you have any thoughts about 2009, where the build and lead up to bragging rights?
I love the build to bragging rights between Cena and Orton.
Exactly, one of the best. And then they went on to fight each other. And what kind of match? It was a 60-man, anything goes Iron Man match between the two. A 1 hour. It was I can't believe it. The score was outrageous. They was going back and forth winning. A lot of things happened on it that surprised me actually. Huh?
Yeah, I didn't know who was winning this.
Me either. One spot in that match that caught my eye was when John Cena was hitting the AAA, and Randy Orton like connected his RKO while John Cena was doing the AA in the midair. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? You remember that? Huh?
Yeah, that's what you really call an RKO out of nowhere.
I did not like think that was gonna come, bro. And then that happened. Everybody was just hype. Randy Orton scored the pin, and then it was like 5-5 for a long time, right?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember it. That's why.
Yeah, it was like 5-5. Yeah, sorry guys, this was actually 10 years ago, so
Yeah, this,
don't
this was
mind us. We're trying to remember everything. So yeah, the score is 5-5. And how did John Cena win that match again?
I'm pretty sure it was the STF.
The STF feud. John Cena finishes the feud with the last win of
I believe
that
it was
time.
the fourth match.
It was just amazing. And then obviously they stopped feuding after that. And then 2013 came
Where
where
we the world and WWE title.
champion, exactly. The world and WWE champion was gonna get unified. At this time, the brand split had already ended, and John Cena and Randy Orton. This was the last chapter. These were the two guys. This is it. Everything's on the line here. We got both titles. Whoever wins is getting both
A
championships.
year feud.
Exactly. This was the end actually of their feud, right? Or they had one more after this. But I don't count that match because that don't matter.
Yeah,
So
man.
yeah,
This was it.
Randy Orton, John Cena at TLC 2013. Randy Orton, remember guys, the first ever, the youngest world champion in history, turned out to become the last world champion in WWE history, world heavyweight champion.
John.
Huh? Huh? What you say,
John
bro?
John was world heavyweight champion. Randy was WWE champion.
I know, but then he beat John that night and he went on to become the last world heavyweight champion in history.
Yeah. Last guy actually.
Huh?
Yeah, you're right. Like you actually was the last guy.
Yeah, because after that it became unified. So he was the youngest world heavyweight champion in history and the last world heavyweight champion in WWE. And this is where I just loved it. This match was great. It had a lot of spots where the tables breaking, a lot of RKOs, AAs, left and right. And it was a TLC match that went on for how long? Like basically almost 30 minutes. And right there, like for me, I was just hyped because John Cena, Randy Orton, and rightfully, if you really think about it, he won the feud. He won 3-2 at the end of all of it. He won 4-3 at the end of all the matches they ever had together. You heard
Yeah.
that?
Yeah.
And that right there, guys, was our fifth one. That's one of my favorites. And to me, it's John Cena and Randy Orton's best feud they ever had.
Yeah, it really was. Great way to close the chapter.
Yeah. All right. That's it?
Yeah, I think that is. Yeah, I think that's it.
All right. Now, number 4.
Almost down to the big three. Almost
Want to
down.
get into this one?
All right. And the final TNA one on this list. Former partners, five-time TNA Tag Team Champions. Former longest reigning Tag Team Champions.
Beer!
Money!
Yep. James Storm versus Bobby Roode. Man, oh man. It all started when? Huh?
You want to say when it started or you want me to do it?
Yeah, you could do it.
All right. It all started in Macon, Georgia, November the 3rd, on an episode of TNA where the week previously, actually, no, let me stem back to the very beginning. Bound for Glory, Kurt Angle versus Bobby Roode. Kurt beats Bobby by an inch of his hair.
Yeah, that was crazy.
No, it wasn't that. It was the following Thursday where James Storm beats Kurt Angle in under 90 seconds. So new world champion right there, James Storm. Congratulations.
James Storm wins the world title, which that caught everybody by shock. We thought Bobby was going to be the one to win the world title first between both of them.
But then 2 weeks later, yeah, you're right. And actually, one thing about this feud, I honestly believe, since both of them won the all right, so you know how teams, when people form tag teams, you don't see them outside that tag team.
Yeah.
Like, you don't believe, okay, this guy's a tag team guy. I don't see him in world. Like, example, the Usos. Like, you don't see Jimmy or Jay winning the world title anytime soon.
Hell no. I don't see them winning ever.
Or the Young Bucks, any of them.
Yeah. I could probably see one of them
All right.
win. Yeah, but I know what
You
you're
don't
saying.
see, yeah. So I think Beer Money was that team to make you think people can become world champion outside their tag team.
Yeah. That actually that point you just like said, it's true because like when they both did it, well, right now we're gonna get into this James Storm. When James Storm did it, he like let us know, like, yep, I was a great tag teams competitor, but I am also now a great singles competitor with winning the World Heavyweight Championship. Look at that.
Yeah, and also Bobby winning the Bound for Glory series. It's like a tag team guy winning the Royal Rumble.
Exactly. It was. I'm sorry to always mention this guy, but it was like Batista winning the Royal Rumble when he was with Evolution.
I
Nobody
mean,
thought he could do it.
exactly. You were just like, okay, this is just a guy in Evolution shadow.
Yeah, and he's a tag team guy because at that time he kept winning tag team champions with Rick and all that stuff. So yeah, no, I didn't think it. I didn't think of it actually. I actually thought these two was gonna stay at the tag team, and then when I heard James Storm was gonna get a world title shot, I was like, nah, he's not gonna do it.
Yeah, I'm thinking, okay, James Storm is gonna get bodied, and then maybe
Kurt's
it'll be
gonna
Kurt.
destroy him.
But no, freaking match starts. Kurt beats down James Storm, does a quick pose, last call super kick. One,
Done.
two, three,
James
four.
Storm was the TNA World Champion.
Like,
What
if you would
happened?
have told this was 2011, right?
Yeah, 2011. I think September.
No,
The ending of
um,
September.
no, because Bound for Glory is in October.
James
Okay,
Storm.
anyways, if you would have told me 2009 during like the Motor City Machine Guns and Beer Money feud or any Beer Money feud, you would have told me, yeah, James Storm is going to be world champion in 2 years.
I'm
I
gonna be
would
like, nah,
easily.
hell no. I'm gonna be like, he's not winning the world title, man. Come on. I would have said the same thing. He's not winning.
If you would have told me, hey, Bobby Roode, Robert Roode is going to be the longest reigning TNA World Champion, I would have been like, no, he's not. He's going to be the longest reigning tag champ, but that's as furthest as going.
Yeah, so let's get into the matchup. How Bobby won the world title that night. Get into it.
So basically, just to sum it all up, the ref tore, well, he basically pulled a Saban and like probably like tore an ACL or something because he was
Yeah.
really limping. He
Uh-huh.
was selling a knee injury, and Bobby had to choose between winning the match clean or bashing James Storm with a beer bottle.
Basically turning heel.
And so he smashes him with a beer bottle. 1, 2, 3, and
Becomes history right there was made because he went on to be actually
the
the
longest reigning,
greatest TNA World
offended,
Championship holder of all time.
disputed TNA World Champion.
Exactly, and I loved it. I loved every moment of it. And James Storm just this like, continue, and they're going to continue with this, what happened after that.
After that, it was just like James Storm just tried everything to get to Bobby, and their match at Lockdown.
Oh
Wow.
man, this is what I'm saying when it comes to tag team competitors and best friends, as they say, like they always have good chemistry. Like going back to our Sami Zayn point, going
Yeah.
back to our AJ Styles and Christopher Daniels point, these two guys just had awesome chemistry in the ring together. And just like he said, at lockdown. Remember the match at lockdown, Nigma?
Yeah, I love that this is how Lockdown ends with James Storm kicking the door open, kicking Bobby so hard the door opens and Bobby falls out.
He basically won the match for him.
Exactly. And I love that.
Yeah, me
And
too.
it just
So it was like it still fucked with him after that. I'm sorry for cursing. It still messed with him. Yeah, you might have got put on a good match and this and that. He still won the match.
yeah, he took a break.
Exactly.
And then what was it? I believe it was the Bound for Glory series
Yeah.
that put back the fuel of like their battles because it was down to the final four. It was Bully Ray, James Storm, Bobby Roode, and Jeff Hardy.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy beat Bobby Roode, and Bobby Roode shows up behind James Storm and bashes him with a beer bottle, makes him bully go to the finals of the Bound for Glory series. And then just week after week after week after week, it was just James Storm and Bobby fighting. And then
Constantly
they got
too.
a street fight at Bound for Glory, which was one of the most brutal matches I've seen James Storm in.
It was actually an awesome match. Remember that match?
Yeah, dude, it was poetic. The fact that he busted a beer bottle over Bobby's head, then super kicked him.
I mean, who won that match? Who won
Jay
that
Storm.
match? Jay Storm, right? Yeah, I was about to say, yeah, Storm won that match.
Yeah, he
So
won that
continue.
match. But yeah, that was the closing point of yeah, that was the closing point of their feud. And then later on, a couple years later, they go
They
on and
reunited. Yep.
and then win
Which
the
I
tag
think was
titles.
good. I loved it. You know, I was just saying, like, to me, their best moments were against each other. Like when they both won the world champions and then they went against each other. And Bobby Roode turned heel that night, and it was one of the best heel turns in his career. And this is what WWE needs Bobby to do again. Turn him heel in a meaningful tag team. But they're not listening, they're not noticing that, but it's another story.
Yeah. But
So to me, they'll always what happened?
Oh, I was gonna ask if that's everything from James Storm, Bobby. You were gonna say something.
Yeah, but to me, that will always be their high point in terms of like singles competitors.
I think
Here?
that's number one on like best feuds for.
I love their feud. James Storm and Bobby Roode had the best feud in their careers against each other. So yeah, that's all I gotta say for that feud.
Okay, so since that's everything for that feud, all right, time for the big three.
The last three. These three will be our closing segment, guys. I want to thank everybody for watching. Drop a like, drop a sub. It's very appreciated. You know, we're trying to get 70 subscribers. We have a very big surprise for 100 subscribers, but we're not gonna give it away yet. So yeah, just drop a like, drop a sub, and help us grow as a channel. You know, it will be much appreciated. This will be our last three feuds, our last few segments. So yeah, let's get into it.
Top three, I think you can get into it.
Yeah, we have Eddie Guerrero versus Rey Mysterio, number 3.
Wow, this
man. Honestly, it didn't start WrestleMania 21, but they had a good match at WrestleMania 21. They were the only team to team up together and have a match against each other where everybody wanted because they had such good chemistry as tag team competitors, and everybody wanted to see it. I think they were the first people
that would have given the fans like that feeling of, man, imagine they face each other.
Yep, and then they gave it to us at WrestleMania 21, which is an outstanding match. This is what kind of feud their rivalry to start. It was Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio, you know. Eddie Guerrero, who won that match? I think it was Rey, right?
No, I don't remember. I think it was Eddie, but you might be right.
Rey, I think Rey won by a roll up or something.
I gotta go check it out later.
Hold on, I think it was Rey. Hold on, let me see real quick. Yeah, it was Rey. Yeah, I see. I remember. There you go. Yeah, Rey Mysterio rolled him over. Huh?
I'm just letting the people know we want to get our facts straight.
Yeah. When Mysterio rolls him over, you know, he loses and then they show each other respect. So it kind of kenders what's going to go down in the rivalry later on in the feud.
Yeah.
You know, Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio kept losing together as a tag team over and over and over. So it's kind of like Eddie was getting tired of it. You know, they just lost to the Basham brothers. For those of you who don't remember them, those were the twin bullheaded guys, Duck and Danny Basham. Duck and Danny Basham, they were actually good tag teams. Remember when they were forward as the cabinet? JBL and Orlando Jordan? Huh? Yeah. So, yeah, you know, Eddie Guerrero was just fed up with it. He was tired of losing. One night on SmackDown, Eddie Guerrero just completely dominates Rey Mysterio. He singly manhandles him. He makes him bleed. He destroys him. He cuts his mask open, hits him with a chair. He makes him bleed even more, and he just suplexes him on a steel step. Rey was unconscious, and Eddie Guerrero had turned heel at the point. To me, it was one of the best heel turns in WWE history.
Yeah, it really was. And it was just one of the points of you never thought like Ray and Eddie would like have a feud against one another.
Yeah, I never. That's what I'm saying. Like, after so much respect he always had, and you always heard like, oh, Ray was Eddie. I mean, Eddie was Ray's best friend, and Eddie they loved each other. You know. Next thing you know, Eddie Guerrero turns his back on him. The next following week, he comes out with a new heel persona, the new heel theme song. Everything's new. So Eddie
Exactly.
Guerrero comes out and cuts one of the best promos as well of his career. He comes out and says it was all his fault. He's the reason why he did it. He blames at the fans as well. He blames Ray. He looks into the mask and starts screaming. He says, I gave him the fight. I gave him the fight of his life. He said Ray wanted to fight. Remember that?
Yeah.
Ray wanted to fight. I gave him the fight of his life. Which everybody loves to this day. Everybody, those of you who watched wrestling back then, loved when Eddie Guerrero did that.
That was one of the quotes of Eddie.
Exactly. He wanted to fight, give him the fight of his life. So Eddie Guerrero was already fed up with Rey Mysterio. Next thing you know, Rey Mysterio was on the shelf till Judgment Day. They had a match. SmackDown announced a match between Eddie Guerrero and Rey Mysterio. Next thing you know, the week before anything comes, you have Eddie Guerrero coming in and just keep cutting promos on Rey Mysterio because obviously he was out of action. And then WWE kind of like low down a little bit on it, and then they just waited for Judgment.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Their match at SummerSlam.
Yeah.
Brutal.
And then after that, Judgment Day, Rey Mysterio beats Eddie Guerrero again, but by DQ. Eddie Guerrero, I think he low blows him.
I mean, yeah, I'd expect that out of Eddie.
Yeah, he low blows him and just beats the crap out of him again after that happens.
I don't even think it was about winning. I personally believe like it was just about dismantling Rey Mysterio.
Yeah, he didn't care anymore about it. And then obviously after that, it was Extreme Rules had came and they took a rest on the feud.
And then it got personal with Dominic.
Exactly. One night on SmackDown, Rey Mysterio comes out with a little boy and he announces that was his son. Wait, was it the Great American Bash? No, because I think they faced each other again at the Great American Bash before Dominic.
I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, they faced each other at the Bash. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. They faced each other at the Great American Bash.
Yeah.
So the Great American Bash, they both fight each other.
Smooth, you there?
Heel at the moment, and he was just like tired of him.
Got out like a lot.
Exactly. Yeah. So on June 30th, on the SmackDown episode, it leads to what you were saying. Rey Mysterio comes out with his son. You remember that, right?
Yeah, I remember that.
Both and Eddie Guerrero, Rey Mysterio and Eddie Guerrero's family was like begging Eddie not to reveal some secret he had hiding between him and Ray. They were like begging for weeks, like this was going on for weeks. All right, so like after that, he didn't say anything. Then he just left. That kind of led on to their match at the Great American Bash. Eddie Guerrero, this time I think beats him. Wait,
he finally gets W.
No. This is what happened. I remember now. I remember. If Rey Mysterio won, Eddie could not reveal the secret. But if Eddie won, Eddie could reveal the secret on TV. Remember? He was able. Yeah, on live television. So then he beats him, and now look what happens. The following week, Rey Mysterio brings his son out to the ring, and then he reveals the secret, which I love this secret. Like you remember that? Yeah, nigga.
It was just so personal. I didn't think like you can just have like two close friends and then you can just bring a child into it.
That's what I thought. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, it was like Eddie Guerrero reviews to Dominic that he's his father. That he was just getting in the head of Rey Mysterio's son and Rey himself, saying that he's his dad, and Dominic started to really believe it. Remember when Dominic ran out and he was like, "Is it true, Dad? Is it really true?" And then from there on, the match was made. The custody of Dominic, SummerSlam, ladder match. You remember that?
Yeah, oh my God. I was watching that, I think, a month ago.
Awesome match, man. Great match.
Really was. And who would have thought Vicky would have push the ladder
Hoped.
down,
Yeah, exactly. Vicky Guerrero hopes.
right? Yeah, she helps Ray win the match, and it's just like, wow,
Creating your own
Eddie's.
husband. Yeah, so after that, the rivalry ends, and God bless Eddie Guerrero. So he passed away a few months later. But everybody
But
says just to this day that was Rey Mysterio's best rivalry, and look what happened for Rey Mysterio. He
winning
continued
the
on
Royal
to the
Rumble.
Royal Rumble match, and he eventually won the World Heavyweight title for Eddie Guerrero. He inducted him to the Hall of Fame after all that happened, and yeah, it was just one of the best rivalries ever. These two guys are outstanding when it comes to fighting one another, and I absolutely loved it. How about you, anyway?
Yeah, like words can't describe like how I feel about this.
Yeah, and it's just like it's sad how it ended, but it ended in a good way. Rey Mysterio stayed with the custody of Dominic, and eventually Eddie Guerrero and him forgave each other. Eddie Guerrero turned face again, and the rivalry was done.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's about it, guys, for me for that rivalry. Great
yeah,
rivalry, great rivalry.
that's our reason for it being our favorite.
Yeah, and I just love those bedtime stories he used to tell on SmackDown to Dominic. He used to tell the story every week. It was like a new story. And then he brought the girl out and everything. That's why I loved it. It was actually good. I like how he did that. So yeah, next, that's it. That's all you gotta say.
Yeah, that's all I got for now.
Yeah. So next, number 2 on the list, Triple H versus
Versus Shawn
Shawn
Michaels.
Michaels. Nobody thought this was gonna happen. DX was formed back in the '90s. But this kind of caught everybody surprised. You know why? Because at the time, Triple H kept begging Shawn Michaels to come out of retirement. At the time, Shawn Michaels had, I think, back problems, right?
Yeah, he had back problems. Like it
And
was
he
really
had to
concern.
retire. Uh huh. What you saying?
Yeah, it was really concerning. So he did have to retire, but I guess Shawn got it.
hmm Triple H called him and like said, Sean, let's reform DX. Next thing you know, Sean is like, no at first, remember?
Yeah, like
No,
he's just like no, oh no, I'm pain.
yep. Next thing you know, Kevin Nash comes, Shawn Michaels comes down. Next thing you know, Shawn Michaels switches his music, Kevin Nash, and he reforms DX.
Yep.
Remember that? Reformed DX and everything. And for weeks already though, like Shawn Michaels was these were mysteriously happening to Shawn Michaels. Yeah?
Yeah, like he kept getting attacked, and I think a lot of people were just thinking it was Nash.
Yeah, a lot of people thought it was Nash, and like Triple H was like, it was funny because Triple H was always the one to find him knocked down or like hurt, which kind of leads to
Yeah.
why like Enzo Amore and Big Cass. For those of you who don't know about this feud, it's kind of like that, guys, but better.
Yeah, I told you, like, I think 10 minutes after that feud, I said, this is Shawn and Triple H. Not like high magnitude, but like when it came to like the surprise, the shock and all, I'm like, yeah, I'm sorry. Cass attacked
Yeah,
Enzo.
yeah, exactly. So yeah, next thing you know, they on Raw and they in the ring, getting ready to let's get ready to suck it. Next thing you know, Triple H pedigree Shawn Michaels, huh?
Yeah,
Just saying, Enigma.
and then Triple H just goes on a rant of just how he was the leader of DX. When Shawn left, he had to carry the company.
Yep. He like you left me high and dry. I had to do everything by myself. I won world championships while you was gone on retirement. And like it was just amazing, which led on to the unsanctioned match, which was an amazing match between both of them. Shawn on retirement to face Triple H. He gave him what he wanted. Triple H admitted to him in review that he was the one doing the attacking all this time.
What I was surprised about, like throughout their match, was the sledgehammer spot to the spine of Shawn Michaels.
Yeah, that was crazy. Oof. And then, that was actually an outstanding match, bloody match. They were just going back and forth, hitting, destroying each other.
Yeah, like you really couldn't get any more physical than that. Smooth, you there? Smooth.
Put back, huh? Hello,
Oh, I couldn't.
sorry about that.
But anyways, it was just a really physical match, and then it turned into the for the world title. Shawn winning the World Heavyweight title.
Yeah, it turned into Shawn winning at the Elimination Chamber of Survivor Series 2002. Everybody, and he pinned Triple H too. That's the crazy part.
He
Everybody,
pinned.
yeah, he pinned him. Everybody was happy, which led on to Armageddon 2002. It was the last match between these two, actually. Well, up until 2004. And then they just had an outstanding 3 stages of hell match.
Oh yeah, the 3 stages of hell match was just incredible.
Mm-hmm.
It was so down the wire.
Hell
You
yeah.
didn't know like the magnitude of like what this match will do for both of their careers.
And I say it actually helped Sean's comeback. Because remember, everybody was just saying like Sean was gonna win because Sean had just came back. So Sean has to win. What you mean? Nobody expected the outcome. Like Hunter was gonna win. Hunter winded up winning the title back. Remember, there was 3 stages of hell. It was like Shawn Michaels. He beat Shawn Michaels in the last match, in the ladder match. He beat him on a 2-1 situation.
Yeah, so it was like 1-for-1, and then final
Yeah, a
match.
lot of blood. Hell, they went through. For those
Oh
of you who have WWE Network, look at that rivalry as well. And what was you gonna say?
no, I was gonna say, just go back and look back at like all of their matches. Each one is just so personal, so bloody, so brutal, so physical.
That's another thing. Like they had history behind themselves. So like that's why I say it was one of the best. And then 2004, Royal Rumble. They had also another good match. The last match, standing match.
Oh yeah, the last
Remember that one?
match.
Huh?
I honestly thought Shawn Michaels was like guaranteed losing. I didn't expect him to put that hard of a fight.
Yeah, and it was actually a draw. That's what got me like crazy. Fucked up.
Yeah, I was thinking, yeah, Triple H won. Pretty
Yeah,
sure.
that's what I was gonna say because like Hunter kept doing like some shit to him that was kind of breaking his back and destroying him and shit with a ladder.
Yeah, I was thinking, okay, Triple H hits Shawn in the spine with a sledgehammer. He's not getting up.
Yeah, he's done. He's basically over with. So next thing you know, they become a draw, and then obviously Chris Benoit wins the Royal Rumble. Shawn Michaels was like, I never got the rematch. It was a draw. It was no such thing as him winning. So it led on to a triple threat match at WrestleMania 20, which eventually
Chris Benoit winning.
Chris Benoit won.
And that was the close of the feud.
No, they had one more match at Bad Blood.
Oh, they did? Wasn't it the first blood
And a
match?
Hell in a Cell match.
Oh, right.
That one was good.
Yeah,
Remember that one?
Didn't think it was going to get that crazy.
Yeah, that was actually their best match to me. Bro, you remember the things that happened during that match? Oh my god, bro.
Like, Shawn kept making me think he was in his 20s.
Yeah, and then like if you watch Shawn in that match, you would not think he had like a back problem because of the pace he was with.
The pace, like the athleticism.
Triple H and him put each other through hell. Yeah, huh?
I'm like still to this day very impressed that Shawn can do a moonsault.
Exactly, and then the Hell in a Cell match was just brutal. Triple H kept hitting Shawn in the back with the steel chair, kept throwing him into the fucking steel pole.
Yeah, it was just shot after shot after shot.
And their match actually, like, it was still one of the best increased revenues in WWE history. They brought 4.7 million people to watch. And they just beat the crap out of each other for almost an hour. Shawn Michaels was just getting destroyed, going through tables. He was getting into the cage. Like, he put Triple H through the cage, hit Triple H with the hammer.
Yeah.
Huh?
Yeah, I remember all that.
And then at the end of the day, Triple H put him to the table, pedigree, and Triple H ended the feud with a win.
Yeah, I felt that Triple H had to win this. He was taking too
Yeah,
many L's as
me too. Where as it was, he was already putting over too many talent at WrestleMania and shit. So that closed the feud. Go back and watch that feud. If for those of you who's still watching this, go back and watch that feud because it was very personal and brutal, especially the Hell in a Cell match.
Oh yeah, the Hell in a Cell match. That's one where I expected a draw.
Yeah, because at the 2004 Royal Rumble, I honestly thought Triple H was gonna win because they wanted Chris Benoit to win the World Heavyweight title on Mania, and who better for Chris Benoit to beat than Triple H?
Yeah, actually, you're right. But the fact that they went with a triple threat was even better.
Yeah. So yeah, that's about it. A few closed. A few years later, they reunited and became DX again.
And then beat the daylights out of Legacy in a Hell in a Cell match.
Exactly, and they won tag team champions together for the first time. Had good feuds with Legacy, Big Show, and Chris Jericho.
Yeah.
They recently just came back. Triple H brought Shawn Michaels out of retirement again.
Biggest mistake ever.
Yeah, I don't like the way he ended. Yeah, that was dumb. He should have stayed with the. But now we are down to our last feud.
All
I
right,
think, what you want to take this one over?
all right. This feud is honestly the like honest to God, as personal, like more personal than any feud on this list. This
and
is
it has to do with real life situations too. This is not just WWE made up stories.
this isn't a made up story. This isn't creative team sitting on their ass and like, hey, let's do this. No, this is real.
So yeah, continue what you were saying.
The feud is Matt Hardy versus Edge.
Man, how did the feud start?
Anyone who's seen Matt Hardy, Jeff Hardy Twist of Fate video, anyone who's seen a bunch of YouTube videos of the Matt Hardy Edge Lita situation, anyone who just seen a bunch of promos knows what happened. And it was just where it's like Matt was in a 6-year relationship with Lita, then found out that she was cheating on him with Edge, and it got so personal, so bad.
Remember the night that Matt came back?
Oh man,
Because he was like fired from WWE at the time because of his actions, because of these things. Like
yeah,
he was
man.
just like he left WWE. He got fired because of like he threatened to beat the shit out of Edge in front of everybody.
I remember like him getting fired, like him getting handcuffed and everything. WWE can kiss my ass. I'll go back to
Exactly. So yeah, it just got personal. Like these two, like they used to beat the shit out of each other,
like
and
this
they had a
was
match, huh? What you saying, bro?
like this was real.
Yeah, this is real heat. Lita had cheated on Matt with Edge, and Matt Hardy had found out and just wanted to end, as he would say, Adam Copeland's life.
He actually said Adam. He didn't say Edge.
Yeah, he said Adam. Yeah, yeah, Adam, I'm gonna end your life. I'm gonna end your career for what you did. Next thing
You ruined my chance.
you know, they have a match at SummerSlam, huh?
Oh man, their match at SummerSlam.
You ruined my chance at a family, right? That's what he said.
Yeah, and everyone, Jeff, Gregory, Shannon, everyone was on Matt's side.
Yeah, 100%. I would be too,
Yeah, man, 6 years and you got cheated on.
especially by one of your best friends. Like
Exactly.
they started the whole TLC things. They used to trust each other. That's what Matt said. Like he used to trust him like a brother. But yeah, huh?
It was just really, it was a horrible scene, and I'm impressed that Matt kept it professional later on.
And that's what surprised me. They took this real life situation and made it into something big in WWE. That shows the personal professionalism of Matt Hardy.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be able to do it.
yeah, because you have to do that. Like you have to keep your calm in a real life situation.
Exactly. That's why I'm saying it went crazy. So yeah, the match after weeks of Matt Hardy showing up, beating the crap out of Edge, and the security having to take out Matt Hardy from the arena, we
Like
get
every single.
WWE announces Edge and Matt Hardy at SummerSlam 2005, which was an absolute beatdown for Matt Hardy.
Yeah, it was.
Edge just destroyed him for 4 minutes, basically, guys. And it wound up happening that Edge beat Matt Hardy by a knockout. Remember that? That he couldn't continue? He was bloodied and everything.
But that didn't stop Matt.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It didn't stop Matt at all. The fight happened outside the ring where like Edge had the advantage actually. Remember that?
Yeah, remember the street fight they had?
Yeah, that he speared it.
Him.
Oh man.
Oh man.
Oof. And then the steel pole part at SummerSlam was just unbelievable. Where he made Matt's head busted wide open with stitches.
Like his entire forehead.
Yeah, that shit was crazy. So that's why he got thought he couldn't continue because of the blood he was losing.
Yeah, that's
and
too
then,
much blood.
Like you said, they went on to fight in a street fight.
Which honestly made it just 10 times worse.
Who won that street fight? I think Edge won it again, right?
No, neither. It was a no contest.
Oh yeah, because of the side effect. He off the rail, which was amazing. You remember that part?
Yeah,
that happened right, like literally 2 weeks after SummerSlam.
I'm surprised that like Matt could have like done stuff like that so fast.
Nigga, they beat the shit out of each other, bro, in that match. There was ladders in the ring, like garbage can. There was Edge. Remember Edge fought with the jeans?
Yeah, this was a street fight. Like this match, your dress attire was like as if you were fighting someone on the street right now.
Yeah, and in the street, they took each other all the way to the top. And then Matt Hardy side effects Edge off the how you say it? The stage.
Yeah, off
Into
the stage.
into the freaking tables outside of the stage. Next thing you know, there was no contest because they couldn't continue. So it goes on. They stay cursing and arguing. Matt Hardy's like, Adam, I'm gonna end your life once and for all. Which it leads on to Unforgiven. Steel cage match. Matt Hardy and Edge. This
And
was the
there was
last match to their feud.
thing.
Huh?
I didn't think this was wrestling. I think this was again just a fight.
And then you knew going into Unforgiven, like this was gonna be one, like just a beating they were gonna give each other again. Because of the street fight, it didn't continue. So now you're locked in a cage with each other. All the animosity, all the hatred building. Now you get to take it out on each other again.
In a cage where you both
trapped. And my God, was it great, man.
It really was. I didn't expect it to be
this.
Well, I expected Edge to try and get the match over with.
The win again, like Lita interfering and help him win. I thought that was gonna happen.
Yeah, it was being placed in situations of how
to me, it was the best rivalry in 2005.
Yeah, most personal. Actually,
the reason why is because like I know Eddie Guerrero and Ray was in 2005, but this had a lot of like personal.
Like this was real. And I don't think creative could have. I don't think creative could have like just.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, sorry about that.
It's okay. I don't think creative could have just like sat down and thought, "Hey, let's do a storyline where Edge cheats on Lita." Like this was real.
Yeah, this was real.
This wasn't just
Matt. For those of you, sorry for cutting you off. For those of you viewing, if you don't believe us, go on YouTube and search up Matt Hardy talks about Lita cheating. It's a real story. It's not bullshit.
It's a real thing, and the fact that like Matt kept himself so composed. Well, not at first. Like he really lost his shit, but after like just many matches and during this cage match, I think this was like full on intent. I wouldn't be surprised if like Vince in the back said, "Hey Matt, you're escaped the cage," and Matt jumped off on purpose. I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah, that was crazy. Remember when he did that thing on the top?
Yeah.
The slam? How you call that slam?
Huh? The side effect?
No. Remember the slam on the top of the cage he did? He was on top of the cage. The leg drop. He did a leg drop off the top.
Yeah, leg drop.
That shit was crazy. And eventually Matt Hardy won that match. Yeah. But the rivalry wasn't over. There was one more match.
Yep.
The loser leaves Raw.
Yeah, I don't
remember that match.
I don't think either of them could have been on Raw. So
yeah, because after this feud, like you can't stay together anymore. And this to me is this feud ruined Lita's career. Honestly,
it did.
That's why she retired a year later because nobody wanted her around. Everybody really hated her. And like eventually, Edge won. Matt Hardy went to SmackDown. Edge won the last match, but we all know Matt was the real winner of this feud.
Yeah, but I think it's really a blessing in disguise that Matt went to SmackDown.
Yeah. Because now, like, it's just crazy. Because now we think about it. Lita, remember Lita? He twisted fate of Lita in the match.
Yeah.
And the matchup they had, that shit was crazy. So yeah, that's it for the top 10 feuds of wrestling. In our opinion, our top 10 list. Yeah. Anything else you want to say, Lingman?
Nah, I just want to say thanks to everyone that came, watched, subscribed, liked.
We are back. I'm sorry. Say it again.
Yeah, just thanks for everyone that came, watched, subscribed, said their thoughts.
Mm-hmm. Thank you guys for commenting. It was much appreciated. You know, we got a lot of interactions today. I'm sorry for missing out this last week. My laptop was fucked up, and we are back. We're gonna give you guys live coming up Royal Rumble and NXT predictions.
So you said live, then you cut out.
Yeah, sorry. We're gonna give you another live prediction video. NXT and the Royal Rumble predictions. Our thoughts, what's gonna happen in our opinions, who's gonna win, they deserve to win. Don't miss it, guys.
Yeah.
Tune into the next video. Turn on the notifications. Stay tuned.
Drop a like,
Hope
drop a sub.
Mhm. Hope us reach 70 subscribers. Cause remember, it only gets us closest to 100, and at 100, we're gonna have a secret surprise for you guys. So yeah, I want to thank everybody for viewing. I'm Young Smooth,
I'm gonna be 4.
and we are out.